Good morning, Facebook peeps. Okay, so I'm going to do, I think this will be my last live reading for the Book Witch. I realized that I haven't really revealed one of the main things about this book that might be interesting to people. And that is that this is also, so one of my best-selling books, Asset Management, and then the follow-up book, The Organization, that did pretty well too. The characters from those two books are in The Book Witch. And so for those people who loved Asset Management and the kick-ass women, badass women from The Organization, you're going to love The Book Witch because it brings the characters from The Book Addict and the characters from Asset Management into this one story, and it's really fun. And my kitty cat you see in the background is deciding he really wants to see outside. Bad boy he is. Anyways, I thought maybe I'll entice those readers of Asset Management in The Organization to pick up The Book Witch. Those who have read it, 3 people so far that have commented, have loved it. So it is a fast-paced, fun book. Oh, morning, Nico. Hi, CJ. Hi, Nikki. Hi, LL. Hi, Christina. Hi, TNT. So anyways, so I'm going to read a passage when the characters come together in a place so that you get to see how I meld the 2 books together. So here's the exciting part in the middle where the characters come together, and here's my reading. Now what? Elle was glaring at Amara. We find Jai and Danny and get help from them. Maybe they'll have someone close we can flag down. Amara held out her hand for Jai's crystal and stuck it back in her pocket. Anyone know where we are? Tanya asked. I don't think we're anywhere near Woodby Island. If I had to venture a guess, I would say we're in Maryland or maybe Virginia. Definitely East Coast. The light bulb finally went off in Amara's head. Ah, damn. We're in the 2nd book in the series. If I'm not mistaken, this is the place in the book where Leonid sets booby traps in and around his home. The stupid bastard blew his own mansion up in an effort to get the last word. Careful, Amara. You're starting to talk like these characters are real after all, Elle prodded. Amara shrugged. If you can't beat them, join them. Besides, the evidence seems to suggest I might be wrong about a few things. Her cavalier attitude was short-lived. She suddenly realized Danny and Jai might not have survived the blast. Son of a bitch, she screamed and catapulted upright. We need to find them. Oh God, oh God, oh God, I'll never forgive myself if something has happened to either one. Who would do this? Who would send them into the book at this particular moment? Don't panic yet. If I remember correctly, there's a bomb shelter. If you find the round brass door that screws into the floor or something, you might find Jai and Danny. Hopefully the rest of the team of women pulled them inside. I don't think they'd ever let anything happen to Danny, Tanya soothed. God, I hope you're right, Amara was pacing. Hun, are you all right sitting here while we check it out? Elle asked. I don't like leaving you, but we need help. Yeah, I'm fine. Am I still bleeding? Elle pulled the shirt from Tanya's head. Not as badly as before, but you better keep that pressed against your head. Hopefully we can find the rescue team and get you some much-needed medical attention. Your wound might not be life-threatening, but stitches are definitely in your future. The sooner we find them, the sooner we can take care of that nasty gash. When you do locate them, I'm sure you'll give the ladies a thrill prancing around in your bra. Do be sure to remind them you aren't single. Elle leaned in and kissed Tanya. You never have to worry, love. She turned to Amara and said, come on, we have a team of badass women to find. Amara and Elle carefully made their way through the rubble inside the mansion. Elle pointed to a round brass plate like Tanya had described. Amara hurried to the doorway and tried to turn the hatch. She felt like she was opening the door to a submarine. Once the cover was completely unscrewed, she grunted as she tried to lift the heavy covering. Elle took the other side, and together they managed to remove the door and set it to the side. When they returned to peek inside the shelter, the barrel of a gun pressed against Amara's forehead. Who the fuck are you? The angry voice came from a very sexy blonde. You must be Val. You'd better move your ass to the side. I swear, if you so much as twitch a muscle, I'll put a bullet in your head without a second thought, Val warned. Okay, we're friend, not foe. Val, don't shoot her, Danny called from inside. That's Amara. While I have my issues with her, she does not deserve elimination. Then tell her to get the fuck out of my way. I don't like being crowded. After 10 minutes in this hole, I need some space and fresh air. Amara moved aside and let the women emerge from the shelter. She breathed a sigh of relief that Danny seemed unharmed, but she hadn't heard or seen Jai yet. Is Jai with you? She called down to Danny. Yeah, we're both fine, Danny answered. Amara wanted to mention that Tanya was hurt and they needed help, but Val seemed awfully twitchy. She knew Val was the batshit crazy character who didn't mind eradicating threats and wouldn't lose a bit of sleep over it either. Elle blurted out, my girlfriend needs medical attention. Her head caught a piece of flying debris. You know this person too, Danny? Amara suspected the challenge came from Shar. Danny shook her head. No, I don't know her. I do. Please don't hurt them, Jai pleaded. Somebody better explain what the fuck is going on. Rigid posture, a scowl on her face. Amara nodded to herself as she identified Sophie, the ex-FBI agent. Okay, that is, I think that's enough for the reading. Hopefully you get a chance to know that I bring back Shar and Tony and Val and Gina and Rhonda and Sophie and everybody from the organization into this book, and the two groups of women become a completely badass fighting force, and it's fun. So anyways, that's my hope that y'all will give it a chance, and if you like asset management or the organization, I think you'll like The Book Witch. It's a fun, fast-paced book. So I was thinking, you know, I'm going to go off on a political rant for a second here. I was thinking, I do negotiations because I'm in human resources. And I was thinking about this impasse that is there. And, you know, whenever I'm negotiating, what I try to find out is what is the other side's got to have. We got to have this, right? And so we know that Trump's got to have is the wall. Unfortunately, what's making this so difficult to negotiate is that it seems like Pelosi and the Democrats got to have is don't give him the wall. So where do you go from there? You know, I was reminded of the movie A Beautiful Mind because he won a Nobel Peace Prize for his theory that people win, or that you get through negotiations by finding the wins, right? So I was thinking to myself is, gosh, they really need somebody smart to figure out how they can do something where both sides get to win. Because it isn't going to work otherwise if there's an impasse where both sides, the gotta-haves, are completely diametrically opposed to one another. And the sad thing is that in the midst of all of this, there are hundreds of thousands of, not just the 800,000 people that are, you know, working without pay or furloughed, but all of the trickle effect that it's going to have on all the rest of the individuals. And a lot of people are hurting because they can't find a way to get beyond that impasse and to find what is going to be something that both sides can get on their gotta-haves and go back to their constituents. Anyways, that's my rambling on that. Sad. I don't think yesterday's speech did anything to bring the two sides together, unfortunately, and lots of people are hurting as a result of it. And my heart goes out to them. Anyways, that's my reading. I'm up to the point you bring Danny. Oh, out of the book. Oh, good. Thanks, CJ. I'm glad you're reading it, and I hope you're enjoying it. It gets really, really, so Danny, after they bring Danny out of the book, it starts to get really fast-paced and action-paced after that. So look forward to when they bring the characters of the organization in, because then it gets really interesting. Anyways, I'm rambling now. I'm in my, so yesterday, this is what I did this morning. So this morning I was like, okay, I am not going to laze in bed and watch Hallmark movies all day long, or I got involved in the Criminal Minds. Yeah, and I watched like what are they? I can't even what they're called. The 1 hour episodes, episode after episode of this marathon Criminal Minds, all the way till 10 o'clock. So this morning when I woke up at 6, I said, okay, I'm getting out of bed. I'm going to work out before I get real comfy cozy and start watching these things. I don't even have a TV. I just have this AT&T where I get 30 channels and I get to watch CNN and I get to watch Hallmark and Lifetime shows. It's terrible. It's awful. So I cannot get myself motivated to write right now. I'm in a funk, I think. I'm thinking, gosh, if I can't even get people interested in the books I have out now, why should I start writing more books nobody's interested in reading? Anyways, so that has certainly colored my view of being in a funk, and maybe I go in fits and spurts. I did before, so I didn't write for a long time, and then I started writing again, and I don't think I'll stop writing my blog. I think that's fun for me, but I think I might take more of a rest with writing. So I've got this book not even halfway done. I'm probably maybe, not even a third, maybe 20% into this book. And I don't know if I'm going to keep it or not. And I'm not sure if I'm going to write more on it or scrap it and go write something else, or maybe just take a really long break because I have a ton of books coming out in 2019. And I don't know. I have to feel inspired. I'm not inspired right now. Anyways, I'm rambling. Good morning, Rhonda. Good morning, Glenda. Good morning, Charlene. Caught up on all our DVR episodes of the shows that we can't stay awake long enough to watch. Our temps have dropped from 42. Yeah, isn't that the perfect thing to do in the wintertime, CJ? Get behind well, for me, it's a laptop screen. Watch episode after episode of I'm into either Criminal Minds or with Mariska, Law and Order, Special Victims. I love those. But it's not as fun without my wife because I always watch those Special Victims with her. She loves Mariska. Anyway, so I was on a Netflix binge, but I binged all the way through all of the Orange is the New Black and a couple other things that I was watching, and haven't gotten back to that. So I think I'm going to have to instead, I'm reading through, so here is the proof copy version of Artist Free Zone that I've been reading through, trying to see if there are any more little errors. I'm such an OCD fanatic because that's coming out, well, it's actually on pre-order right now, but it's coming out, wait for it because it's coming out on Kindle Unlimited. It's coming out February 21st. And once again, my passion, because all of the proceeds, 100% of them, go toward It Gets Better and the Trevor Project, which are two passionate charities of mine and part of the Stone Soup Community Press for charities that we support. And, I've always said, writing has nothing to do with making money for me. I could care less. So it was really easy for me to gift this book to Stone Soup Community Press. And that's my plan, honestly. I will continue to write, and if nothing else, I will continue to gift my stories to Stone Soup Community Press, and because I don't really need to make a dime off of them. I'm retiring at the end of this year, and writing has never been for a vocation. It's been more for fun and to sort of get my legacy out there and to tell stories that I think need to be told. Anyways, so the future of my writing may be to completely 100% donations to charity, which is totally fine with me. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So, any other questions? or anything else? I've been rambling for 14 minutes now, almost 15. I think we should go. A couple other things, a couple last things. I did do a Lesfic Putty Cat review on Lily Hammond's The Way Home. Brilliant book, really beautifully told. I also haven't done my Lesfic Putty Cat review on this book, but I will today probably. After the Dark by Samantha Hicks, really good thriller and interesting twist of story. You know, I'm always looking for books that don't completely follow the trope, and this one didn't. It did some interesting things, interesting twists on common stories. You know, two women together in harrowing circumstances. That's there. Serial killer, weird guy, that's there. But in this sense, you know, a lot of times there's a serial killer where there's police or somebody else that's part of that thriller. In this case, it's two regular women who are in this harrowing circumstance and then what happens to them. And it's really a great book. So I wanted to give a shout out to my fellow author there, Samantha Hicks. It's out now too, and I wanted her to get some traction on that book as well. So I'll do a Lesfic Putty Cat review on that, and I hope that you all will consider taking a look at that. We did a Million Little Things, Madam Secretary, and The Mystery of Oak Island, right? For whatever reasons bring you joy. Yes, yeah. For me, it's writing because I want to tell some stories and I want to get some messages out there. It's the reason why I wrote Unconventional Lovers. I thought that was a good message and needed to get out there. And I was happy that that actually got received fairly well. I thought it would be too controversial, but it did okay. It did okay. So anyways, that's it. Love you, Facebook peeps. Thank you for supporting me. Thank you for supporting my books, even though they're a little unconventional at times. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. Thank you.